Have you ever wondered what it's like to sail on a 225,000 gross ton Royal Caribbean ship with 5,500 other guests? Us here at SoFlo Travel sailed on Allure of the Sea in December of 2024 and January of 2025. We cruised with two different group sizes, which gave us two different experiences on board the same ship. We sailed as a group of 5 and as a group of 13. So we're going to dive right in and give you a ship tour and all the details of both sailings. The party starts here with the main event on day 1, the Sail Away Party. This was the most packed that we have ever seen this event on any cruise line. It was so hard to get around with so many guests, but nonetheless, the Sail Away Party is definitely something you don't want to miss. When you board, you'll find yourself right in the middle of Royal Promenade on Deck 5, but for this video, we're going to drop down to start the tour. Also, stay tuned for later in the video where we tell you about a freebie you can get as soon as you get on board. Deck 3 only consists of staterooms, the lower level of the amphitheater, and the first level of the main dining room, but we're going to show you those a little later on. Entertainment Place on Deck 4 consists of most of the main event areas on board Allure of the Seas. Here you'll find the amphitheater, non-smoking casino, Blaze, Studio B, and Comedy Live. Forward on Deck 4 is the amphitheater. This theater spans 3 stories and seats just under 1,400 passengers. Despite its seating capacity, the theater was overpacked every night, so we would recommend going at least 40 minutes early if you want good seats and want to be able to sit together. Just behind that, on port side, you'll find Blaze. During the day, they have small events going on here, but at night, it completely transforms into this overly packed nightclub. We found ourselves here most nights to dance with friends and grab a drink. We do want to mention that this nightclub dance floor is very small, as you can see from these clips, so if you don't love the idea of being so close to a lot of people, then Blaze is not a good space for you. Starboard side, you'll find the non-smoking casino and Comedy Live. In the heart of Entertainment Plaza, you'll find the casino as well as Studio B. Studio B is an ice rink on board where the crew puts on phenomenal shows, and you can even ice skate on port days. Keep in mind you cannot bring your own ice skates on board. If you do find yourself wanting to ice skate, they provide you with the skates, a helmet, and if necessary, padding and a skate aid. You do also need to be in long pants and have socks to skate. The shows they put on here are incredible, so make sure you reserve showtime on your Royal Caribbean app and get there early as seats do fill up quickly. Aft, on Deck 4, you'll find specialty dining Azumi, and the second level of the main dining room. During our first sailing as a group of 13, we were on the third level of the main dining room, and they did not have a table big enough for everyone, so we had to squeeze together as you can see here. Our second sailing, however, we were on the first level of the main dining room, and it is truly massive. Sitting here did make dinner a little loud, but we didn't mind it too much. The food we found to be standard main dining room quality, not horrible, but not incredible. Moving up to Deck 5 forward, you'll find the Vitality at Sea Spa and Fitness Center. This is by far the largest spa we have seen at sea. It spans 2 levels and offers an array of services. Being that this area is so large, it never felt like anyone was actually in here, even though lots of services daily were completely booked. To get to the fitness center, you will have to walk through the spa or enter through the running track that goes around Deck 5. The fitness center also had everything you would need to cancel out some of those cruise calories, and the machines seemed to be very clean and fully functional. Just after that is the top level of the amphitheater. Then, Deck 5 mid is the Royal Promenade. This is where you enter on boarding, and there's a freebie here that you want to be sure to pick up. This is for any passengers that purchase a beverage package, refreshment package, or soda package. This tumbler comes with your package and should be picked up on boarding day. You'll see a table right as you enter, and they just double check your cabin number and name before giving it to you. You can use this at any Coca-Cola Freestyle machine on board. So if you have one of these packages, be sure to pick yours up. Back to the Royal Promenade, this area is longer than a football field. You'll find lots of shops, bars, restaurants, and even parties here. Portside towards the front of the Royal Promenade, you'll find On Air Club, which is a karaoke and sports bar. Portside, you'll find a Latin bar called Boleros, and in between both of those, of course, you'll find Starbucks. Moving beyond that is the Bow and Stern pub on port, and starboard is the most popular place on board no matter what time of day or night it is, Sorrento's. The pizza here is incredible, so we were in here more often than we would like to admit. If you've ever eaten at Sorrento's, drop a pizza emoji down in the comments to let us know. After that, on starboard side, you'll see Next Cruise for all your booking needs, and port side, you'll find Cafe Promenade, which is open 24 hours and serves things like coffee, pastries, and sandwiches. After that is guest services, which was beyond ridiculous if you had any issues on board. The line, unless it's a port day, was always long. At the end of the Royal Promenade is the Rising Tide Bar. This is a moving bar that goes from Deck 5 to Deck 8 at a really slow speed. Since this is very slow, you can sit here and enjoy a drink while moving up or down depending on the deck you enter on. We really like the concept of the rising tide bar, we just wish it had a little more room to move around. All the way around deck 5 is the running track. In this video, we were going the wrong way, so don't be like us, but we wanted to point out that the track offers beautiful views while you're jogging, walking, or running. From the jogging track, you can also get to and from the fitness center. Deck 5 aft is the lower seating level of the Aqua Theater, but we're going to show you that on Deck 6. Deck 6 forward is all staterooms, so Deck 6 aft is the photo studio, shore excursions desk, and the loyalty desk. Portside is where you'll find the best margarita on board at Schooner Bar. If you find yourself here, do yourself a favor and get a Desert Pear margarita. You won't regret it. Moving back is the boardwalk. When you first enter, you'll see the process of creating the handcrafted pieces of the carousel and then the completed product. There is also Boardwalk Dog, where you can grab a quick hot dog, Boardwalk Donuts, where they serve sweet treats, the Crown Lounge, Johnny Rockets, which does have included breakfast, and where you see Sabor is now Playmaker's Sports Bar. Allure did undergo a revamp from our 2 sailings to the time of releasing this video. All the way aft on Deck 6 is the main attraction on board Allure of the Seas, the Aqua Theater. This theater features the deepest pool at sea, Olympic-level divers, and a performance you definitely don't want to miss. On Allure of the Seas, the show is called Ocean Aria, and watching these performers dive from high platforms while doing stunts and making it look effortless will truly leave you speechless. We're not going to show you too much of the show so you can experience it for yourself, but pro tip for the Aqua Theater: if you don't feel like getting wet during the show, then sit in the 4th row back. They do splash a lot of water, but they also provide towels if you are in the first 3 rows. Another tip here is to arrive way before your reservation time. We showed up 30 minutes early and there was already a huge line to get to the seats. Even if you have a reservation, that does not mean you will get a seat. You may end up standing. Moving up, Deck 7 is all staterooms with the exception of the rock climbing walls all the way aft. Forward on Deck 8 is more staterooms, and mid is the beautiful Central Park. Central Park is an open-air park filled with real plants and trees. This area offers a fresh breath and a relaxing stroll. They also offer umbrellas in case it's raining so you can get around. Here you'll find lots of restaurants and shops. Starting off on starboard side as soon as you enter is Vintage's Wine Bar. Just after that is Giovanni's Table, which serves Italian-inspired food. Here's a peek at the menu for anyone interested. Feel free to pause and read it. We really enjoyed the food here and the service was fantastic. The only dish I would really say we didn't enjoy was the carbonara. It moreover just tasted like oiled pasta with a poached egg on top. Jumping over to port side is Park Cafe. Do yourself another favor and stop in and get a Kumawick sandwich. It's essentially a roast beef sandwich with au jus sauce, but the combination is incredible. In the middle of Central Park is Trellis Bar, and this is the perfect place for a pre-dinner drink or a mid-walk in the park drink. Just after Trellis Bar is the top of the Rising Tide Bar. This is where you'd get off or on, depending on your timing. Back over on starboard side is 150 Central Park. As soon as we sat down, we were offered the cocktail of the day, which was quite refreshing since it was made with cucumber and mint. Then when it came down to food, we were overly impressed. Every single dish we ordered was delicious and beautifully plated. Since we were with the group of 5, they actually brought us every dessert. Portside is Chops Grill, which is an American steakhouse, and they definitely know what they're doing. And before we leave Central Park, stay tuned for later in this video where we show you a secret hangout spot that overlooks it all. Deck 8 aft consists of staterooms and the lower level of Dazzles. Dazzles is a 2-level club lounge that offers comfortable seats, live music, and a beautiful view of Central Park. We did not get to spend much time here considering both times on board it was rented out for a private event. There is no Deck 13, so Decks 9 through 14 are all staterooms with the exception of the 2nd level of Dazzles on Deck 9 and the Escape Room and Kids Avenue on Deck 14. Speaking of staterooms, let's stop by Deck 10, Room 319 to take a tour of our interior balcony stateroom. Both sailings we did get an interior balcony and we found them to be very spacious. Our first sailing was overlooking the boardwalk and our second sailing overlooked Central Park. This stateroom is from the first sailing and we had a beautiful view of the Aqua Theater and the boardwalk. Our second sailing stateroom overlooking Central Park ended up being a nightmare one night. This area echoed a lot more than the other interior balcony neighborhood on board. One night around 3 o'clock in the morning, there was a group of teenagers screaming in Central Park. Now when I say screaming, I mean it woke up so many guests, and at one point, another passenger started screaming at the teenagers, and then someone else started screaming at the passenger for screaming at the teenagers. This went on for a good 15 minutes, and when I walked out on the balcony, there were at least 40 people on their balconies trying to figure out what happened. This doesn't happen every sailing, but definitely something to keep in mind when picking your stateroom location. On every stateroom floor, there are these color-coded maps that help you find your way around the floor. Our stateroom had a blue circle around it, so we knew if we saw yellow, red, or green circles, we were in the wrong place. From deck 10, we're going to drop down to deck 9 so we can show you the secret spot on board overlooking Central Park. Just near the elevators on deck 9 forward, walk aft to this door, and when you open it, there's this beautiful seating area. Not many people knew about it, and it was a perfect place to sit and relax. Moving all the way up to deck 15 forward is the adults-only solarium. This space had lots of seating, multiple hot tubs and pools, a bistro on the first level, a bar on the second level, and all around incredible views. We did visit this area often as it was adults only, and honestly, it was always quiet. Just behind the solarium is the main pool, the beach pool, the sports pool, and Splashaway Bay. In between the pools was Sky Bar and is now the Lime and Coconut Bar. Aft on starboard is El Loco Fresh. If you want to eat here, get here early because the line gets ridiculous. Also aft portside, what was this recreational area is now Mason Jar and a teen lounge. Then all the way aft of the ship is Allure Dunes and Sports Court. Deck 16 forward is the Solarium Bar, and Deck 16 aft is the Windjammer Marketplace, also known as the buffet on board. The buffet had everything most cruise lines have, but with a washy-washy guy. The quality of the food was standard cruise ship buffet, but with a little more flavor than other cruise lines. Also aft on 16, you'll find 2 flow riders, the Wipeout Bar, and the zip line. The line for the zip line was either incredibly long or there was no one in line. They do require closed-toed sneakers and to be in actual clothes, not a bathing suit. This activity is included in your cruise fare. Royal Caribbean always knows how to keep guests entertained, and one way they love to do that is with nightly parties. The cruise director that you see on that stage really knew how to engage with passengers and get them on their feet and moving. Every night there were so many people having a good time in here that it was impossible to walk through. During both of our sailings, we went to Nassau and Coco Cay. Our first sailing, they actually canceled Nassau because of high winds. This video is actually from Coco Cay the next day, but it gives you a gist of what the weather conditions were like from the previous day. Our second sailing, we did make it to Nassau and we decided to take a ferry boat to visit Atlantis and then head to the water park. Then to end the day, of course, we had to stop by Senior Frogs for a conch salad and a beer. The last day on both sailings, we visited Coco Cay. The first sailing, we booked the adults-only Hideaway Beach, and our second sailing, we went to the Oasis Lagoon swim-up bar, where we soon realized that it was way too cold to get in the water. So we just got drinks and food and headed back to the ship. Both sailings, we did have a perfect day at Coco Cay. Royal Caribbean's private island is always filled with lots of fun, sun, and activities. Also at the end of the day, make sure you're in an elevator to catch the day change. We tried to catch us every night of both sailings and either missed it because of a show or just bad timing. The time we did catch it, we ended up waiting in the elevator for 30 minutes just going up and down. Funny enough, lots of other passengers were doing this in other elevators, so we got a really good laugh out of it. To answer the question of why are so many loyal to Royal, it's because Royal Caribbean has so much to offer for every age group and they do it effortlessly. Have you been on Allure of the Seas before? Let us know down in the comments. And if you like this content we're putting out, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and click that notification bell.